10 Wild Animals in Saudi Arabia Part 3. Saudi Arabia is a large Asian country located in the western part of the continent, east of the Red Sea. It is the fifth largest country in Asia, is home to the two holiest cities in Islam, Mecca and Medina, has the world's second largest oil reserves and sixth largest gas reserves, and is a high-income economy. An interesting part of the country that I wanted to tackle is its wildlife. In light of that, I have listed the best of it, and I hope you will love learning what animals live in Saudi Arabia. Place 10, Pharaoh eagle owl. The Pharaoh eagle owl is a medium-sized species of owl native to North Africa and the Arabian Peninsula. In Saudi Arabia, it can be found in the northern and eastern parts of the country, where it inhabits open and arid country with rocky plains and cliffs. This owl has a very large range and is pretty abundant, which is why it is listed as least concern. It forms a lifelong bond with its mate and breeds at the end of the winter. Place 9, Common genet. The common genet is a small species of viverrid native to Africa, and introduced to parts of southwestern Europe. It inhabits savanna zones, and also lives on the coasts of the Arabian Peninsula, including Saudi Arabia, Yemen, and Oman. This mammal is solitary and nocturnal, and is mainly active just after sunset and before sunrise, although juvenile individuals might be active during the day. Although not seriously threatened, the common genet has been extensively hunted for its fur in parts of northern and southern Africa. Place 8, Brown booby. The brown booby is another large species of seabird, and the most widespread and common of the booby family. It lives in subtropical and tropical environments, always on the shoreline, and primarily feeds on squid and fish. This bird moves in flocks, and they dive together and plunge to take small fish, especially those driven near the surface by deeper predators. What a tragic situation for these poor fish. Place 7, Great White Pelican. The great white pelican, also known as the eastern white pelican, the rosy pelican, or simply the white pelican, is a very large species of bird native to sub-Saharan Africa, as well as parts of Asia such as the Arabian Peninsula, and the Indian subcontinent. It lives on the western coast of Saudi Arabia, and usually stays in large colonies. It has a unique way of eating, using its gular pouch to scoop up as much water as possible, and only retaining the fish. Place 6, Osprey. The osprey, also known as the fish hawk, the river hawk, or the sea hawk, is one of the most widespread species of bird of prey in the world. It can be found on almost any continent, outside of Oceania, and lives near bodies of water. In Saudi Arabia, you will mostly find the osprey alongside the western coast, near the Red Sea, and the eastern coast, near the Persian Gulf. Place 5, African wildcat. The African wildcat is a small species of wildcat native to Africa, but also to China, India, as well as Central and West Asia. It is the earliest known example of domestication and close relation between humans and cats. It was found in a grave in Cyprus next to its supposed owner, dating back to about 9,500 years ago. This cat is nocturnal and has very precise hearing. Thanks to it, it is able to locate its prey, which is mainly rats, mice, birds, insects, and reptiles. Place 4, Rüppell's fox. Rüppell's fox, also known as Rüppell's sand fox, is a species of fox native to the semi-desert and desert regions of the Middle East, southwestern Asia, and North Africa. It is either crepuscular or nocturnal and rests in small, individual dens throughout the day. Similar to most other foxes, Rüppell's fox is an omnivore. It feeds on almost anything, from lizards and small mammals to birds, beetles, fruits, and grasses. Place 3, Nubian ibex. The Nubian ibex is a species of wild goat native to the desert mountains of the Middle East, as well as northern and northeastern Africa. After being considered a subspecies of the alpine ibex for quite a while, it is now considered its own species. There are about 1,200 Nubian ibexes in the wild, and it can be found in Oman, Egypt, Jordan, Israel, Palestine, Sudan, and Yemen, aside from Saudi Arabia. It prefers dry, rough, and mountainous terrain, and feeds on leaves and grasses. Place 2, Desert hedgehog. The desert hedgehog is a species of mammal native to northern Africa and the Arabian Peninsula. It is one of the smallest of all hedgehogs and has a unique, distinctive black muzzle, as well as large ears, ideal for dissipating heat in hot environments. Except for the southeasternmost areas of Saudi Arabia, the desert hedgehog can be found everywhere in the country. After being born deaf and blind, with quills still under the skin, it becomes much more difficult to catch when it grows up, having dangerous quills all around its body. Place 1, Indian crested porcupine. The Indian crested porcupine is a large species of rodent native to southern Asia and the Middle East. It inhabits the western parts of Saudi Arabia, and dwells in grasslands, temperate shrublands, plantations, gardens, and forests. On the whole, it prefers rocky habitats. This porcupine has a very broad diet, and feeds on both plant and animal material, from insects and small vertebrates to tubers, fruits, roots, bulbs, and drupes.